Well, hey y'all, it's been a minute since I've done one of these. It is Wednesday, goodness gracious, Wednesday, January the 11th, and I am sitting down after a long day of working remotely from home, watching Emma Robinson of Woolly Mammoth Fiber. I'm watching her vlog, catching up also on some whip parades and stuff at the end of the year that I missed. And I thought I would show you my progress on a couple of things that I've been trying to do a little bit each day just to stay caught up. One of which is my temperature bird, Sal. This is Christy Corner's Needleworks design, and as you can see, we had kind of a warm day yesterday. I have a feeling my bird's going to look very similar again today. It got up to 80 yesterday, and it's definitely got up to in the 80s again today, but we're about to have another cold front, so that'll be nice. Slowly working on this, like I said, a little bit each day. And then as you can also see, when I pull a strand to do, basically it's beaks and feet, I try to intersperse those in where I can, and then kind of got started on the fireworks. I've got to finish those either throughout the week or this weekend. But then in addition to that, I also this evening am going to get out my Natural World style. I think I'm about a third of the way done on this, so probably tonight. This is the end of part one. On the border at the top. I've got a little bit left on the border on the side, so that's probably what I'll work on tonight. And all I'm using is a DMC Pearl Cotton, the number 12, the B5200. And this is a Bestitch Me. I don't know where I put the card. It's probably in the bag with where I'm keeping it, but I think it's called Evergreen. It was like last month's, like the December fabric of the month, so it's kind of showing true. It's looking a little bit lighter than probably it should, but it's pretty close. It's a dark, like evergreen, emerald green kind of color. So I will put in a few more stitches on that. I usually just cut I'm just doing a single thread, which is, everything that I read suggests that a single thread of one of these is the equivalent of like 2 threads of the regular skeins. So I'm just pulling one thread, so I'll probably pull a couple of those and get some more stitches in there. And then I started a little bit on the weekend working on my January whip go. I won't pull it out right now. I think I've got it tucked away somewhere. So if I've got some stitchy time left this evening, I might work a little bit on that. But I'm trying not to stress myself too much during the week. If I can just keep up with a few stitches on this and working on my burbs until the weekend, and then usually I devote the weekends to catching up on, larger projects, because I have more time to do that. It's been kind of a crazy week. We gained a new employee, got to meet her yesterday, because Tuesdays are our days in the office. So we all went out to lunch. That was really nice, but we also lost an employee right before the end of the year. Someone quit, which, good and bad, but it just means that the tasks she was assigned have fallen back to the people that were doing them before, and some of those tasks were formerly mine, so I'm kind of having to take on a lot more now until we get someone else in to help again. So that's kind of been my first couple of weeks of January, but it's been okay. I hope things are going well for you all so far for 2023. If nothing else, maybe you've had a chance to break in the new year gently and not be under quite so much stress or anything like that. So I'm going to get back to my YouTube watching and a little bit of stitching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now. Well, good morning, y'all. It is Sunday, the 15th of January, 2023. How is everybody doing? I wanted to give you a little bit of an update, trying to get back on this vlog train, and it's really kind of difficult to remember to do this. So this one may be a short one this week. So I'm going to try to film throughout the day today. But I wanted to show you, I got my progress done on my temperature birds for up through the 14th. So I'm done with week 2, and I finally got all the fireworks done, which is good. And I also put this on a different... I think I had it on a hoop the last time you saw it, maybe, but I switched over. I bought a couple more Q snaps, so this is, I think, an 11 by 11. So I'm still gonna run out. I'm still gonna run out of room over here. I'm still gonna need to. Got quite a bit of fabric left on this end, but yeah, I was trying to put it on a kind of a bigger piece, just so I can move it back and forth a bit easier. So there's that, and I'm watching Rachel Ray. Her whip parade. That's about all I've got left as far as watching goes. I've caught up on all everybody's kind of regular stuff. If I get caught up on everybody's whip parades, I may go back and watch some of the holo vlogs and that kind of thing that I missed towards the end of December. I know I missed quite a few, probably the weekend leading up to Christmas, up through the New Year. A lot of those I had in my queue, and then I realized I couldn't keep up with them, so I kind of just removed them for the time being, but I may go back because some of the people that I watched have compilations now, so it kind of makes it a bit easier to kind of catch up. So, and then this is a new knitting project I'm starting. These are leftover yarns from a cowl I made a couple of years ago, I think. But this is, if you follow Disturbing the Fleece on Instagram, Fatima Hines, this is her Big Hair Don't Care hat. And so this is the first one I'm doing. Basically, you hold 2 fingering yarns double, and this, it looks right now like I'm knitting it flat. This actually ends up being the brim. I will try to see if I can find a picture to put up here just to kind of show you what, because right now it doesn't look like much. I mean, it just looks like a flat, like it almost looks like it's a scarf or something. So to give you an idea of how it's knitted, but it's designed for people with locks or braids or something like that, that have a lot of hair that they want to, they want to wear a hat, but a hat a lot of times ends up being too, either restrictive, or they end up having to keep their hair outside of the hat in some way. This is designed to where you can basically like ponytail it up, put it in a bun, something like that, and then wear it inside your hat to keep your head warm. So I will keep you guys, keep y'all in the know about that as I get that done. Since I am done with my temperature burbs for today, I am going to work some more on my natural sal. Basically, I'm done up to, or Natural World Sal by Pixel Pixie. I'm done up to the edges, so all I've got left are just the motifs in the center. And I think I'm like at, I was going to say at least halfway. Sorry for the pause there. I was trying to think, but I realized it's on my phone, so I can't look at it. It's in Pattern Keeper, but I'm using my phone to record. So, all I've been trying to do is, and this has been working well so far, I don't know how well or I don't know anything about the future parts, other than we got to vote today whether we wanted the next part down here or if we wanted the next part over here. I'll be interested to see how the vote turns out, what we end up getting next. I voted for down here. I think, I say that now and now I don't know. Basically, the idea was if we got this next section next, that, actually, maybe I did vote for this. If we got this section next, we'd know what we were getting because it would just be a continuation of the motifs here. But if we voted for this section next, we got something new. But then that meant the next two wouldn't be, we'd know where it was headed. So I think I voted for this. Like, we get something we know, and then we get a surprise, and then we get something we know. But honestly, I don't even remember at this point. I just voted just to vote. So, but these are ladybugs. Sorry, my camera's giving me fits because I've put my hand in front of it. These are ladybugs here. Bird here. I think it's a monstera leaf right there. And then there's a couple more. It's a little like either clouds or water or something, and then the mountains. And that will be it. And then whatever I think she had, like the bird, I think she had peahen or something in backstitch on there as well. So, and I do have some backstitch to do. I've got to figure out, because I'm using this pearl cotton. It's much, much thicker. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go see if I can find a skein of B5200, so that way I can pull a single strand. This thread's really thick, and I haven't tried to ply it, and I really don't want to do that. So I'd rather just pull from a skein, so that way I can get a single strand. And then, in addition to those two, I got a lot more done on my forest owls. It's kind of wrinkling up on me. I know why, because it's linen, but I got a lot more done. I actually got to the point where I decided I think I'm going to color complete this. And I'm like at 60 something percent. I'm almost 2/3 of the way through this. So I've got a little bit of this, it's called Ghoul. It's kind of a white, but it's not, it's really kind of a pale, pale, pale green. It's really not showing up here. I think this, camera, because of the fabric, is kind of wanting to, make it look white, which that's kind of what I was going for. But yeah, I don't have just a whole lot left of this, and this is going really, really quickly. There are a couple of places I had to fudge. I've got a couple of wonky acorns down here. I'm just going to leave them. And then there's some places where my spacing is off, but I'm not worried about that, because as far as the border is concerned, it's going to fit. So my trees that are off, they're off side to side, but then they're all also one space too far down. So that means the border at the top is going to fit, no problem. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to let it go. But I absolutely love this. This is such a cute pattern. I have several of Stitchy Princess patterns, but once I get done with this one, I want to move on to other things. I told myself, basically promised myself, that if I got this done, and then my other whip go, I think I showed it once before, is just to do a quirky Quaker. So it'll be kind of a quick stitch. I could whip that up in a weekend. But I promised myself, if I got this done, I have Dr. Christie's new low-hanging fruit sal kitted up. Hold on a second. Okay, so these are the colors, and I had my Chester's Place. This was the fabric that I used for it, but I had a scrap left that I think is going to look really good with these colors. So if you aren't familiar, or if you are familiar with Dr. Christie's Corner Needlework, she put out a new pattern. She is a medieval historian and a teacher, and so she picked what is called marginalia, which is, and it made a lot of sense to me when she explained it. So in medieval texts, a lot of times, in the margins of the text, there's space. There's, an inch or 2 inches or something for notes or whatever. Well, a lot of people would either draw artwork or draw, make fun of either the church, or if there's a religious someone in power that they didn't like, stuff like that. But the text in particular that she designed her artwork from is a religious text, and therefore the marginalia art is religious in nature, however, is highly offensive. So the reason why I'm holding this over the fabric is because I haven't started stitching it yet. So like I said, this is going to be my new start when I finish my Forest Owls Whip Go goal, which is to finish it. But the artwork she designed, I have the PDF of. I won't necessarily show you that, but I need you to be aware because I'm about to show you something that can be offensive to some viewers. If you have small children, maybe grandmas with heart conditions or anything like that, you might want to tell them to look away or fast forward a few seconds, because the artwork she used to design this pattern looks like this. And so basically I took the original artwork that she showed on her Instagram, and I made myself a customized needle minder button. So anyway, I was trying to get it to focus maybe one more time. There we go. So yes, that is a nun, and yes, she is as the Sal is called, picking low-hanging fruit from a tree. But that is the original artwork. So that's not Christy's design. But Christy's design is basically based on that picture. So, pulled all my, it's DMC, pulled all my DMC. I think one of these two is like the next color over. Like it's either a little bit lighter or a little bit darker, but pretty much everything else matches. I pulled way too much 3865. I don't think I'm going to need all that. But I had apparently 3 skeins in several different spots. So I just kind of kept it all together. So when I'm done stitching this, I'll put it all back away together. But that's it. There aren't very many colors. And I think the biggest section is obviously going to be the nun's cloak. So I hope I have enough floss for that. But that's it. That's my fabric. That's my floss. And like I said, that is my plans to start that when I finish my forest owls. So that is it for me now. If I think about it, I will check back in with you at the end of the day. Just kind of a summary wrap up of how my day went. And then I'll get all this posted up for the week. So I hope you all are having a good one. And I will see you later. Bye for now. Well, hey y'all. It is Wednesday, January the 18th. I did not post over the weekend what I'd hoped to be, kind of a wrap up. My weekend just kind of got all out of whack, and, yeah, I didn't get the things I wanted to get done, and had kind of some mental exhaustion by the end of the weekend, and so kind of put everything else on hold. And May is wanting to say hello to all her YouTube fans. Hey. Come back over here. Psst, psst. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hey. Psst. Yeah. Would you like to tell anybody anything? Okay. Anyway, so I thought maybe I'd make this first vlog maybe 2 weeks of a wrap up. And it may be that way for a while. Work gets kind of crazy during the week. And I don't always want to sit down and do this every night that I have to go into the office. So, these may be every other week for a little while, which is not a problem. It's my schedule, my time. I hope you all who are watching are enjoying them. I'm excited because Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, is coming back onto YouTube a little bit more regularly as well. I watched her, Whip Parade, which if you all watched along, it was like 3 hours. It was amazing, but it was a lot. So I kind of just had it running in the background today while working from home. But I thought I would show you. I am still caught up with my temperature birds. Got a couple of little spicy, warmer temperature birds here on Monday and Tuesday, but we've got a cool front that moved through today, so I'm sure we'll have a few more cooler birds for the month of January coming up. But I am keeping up with it, surprisingly. So yeah, check back with me in, I don't know, April, May, June. See if I'm still keeping up with these or not. But so far so good, and I'm really liking them a lot. And if anybody else is stitching these, I am doing the Chaos bird version, which means my birds reflect both the high and the low temperatures. I don't think I ever mentioned that before in starting this and showing it to you all. So yeah, basically there are two different shades of gray that she has charted on for each bird, a lighter and a darker. The darker gray is the one that I'm choosing to do my high temperatures in, and then the lighter gray is the one that I'm doing my lower temperatures in. So still going along really, really well, and I actually am keeping it in my charity bag that I bought from Evertote that has the really nice bird print on it, so I'm really enjoying that a lot. I thought I'd also show you, I kind of made a joke of it on my Instagram stories, but I am using, a lot of the stitchers use the Book of Days calendar, which is great, but I don't know, I just, every time I see it, it's cute, but it just doesn't really suit me. So instead, I thought I would use the front end. So this is actually like a daily, like journal, but, or, planner. But I thought I would use the monthly pages in the front for keeping track of my stitching. So, just to give you an idea, any of the floral stickers, those are days that I worked on the Natural World Sal that Pixel Pixie's doing. Any of the bird little hexagons, those are days that I worked on my temperature birds, and because I've only got so many of those, I know I did them back to back, I would overlap the days just to kind of save on stickers a little bit. And then this, I haven't talked about this yet. The map is the day that I started my, just going to try to zoom in a little bit for you there. There we go. That's the day that I started my Ink Circles Round Robin. And then every other day that I've worked on it so far, I put these little envelope stickers. We have till March to get our first quarter out. I'll show you all mine here in a minute. I don't think I've talked about it yet, but I've worked on it just a couple of days, but I did get some pretty good progress, and I only have to do a fourth of the chart. So, and then I saw these, or had these cute little embroidery stickers, so I added those as well. So, all right, hold on a second. So truly, it is kind of weird that I have not talked about this at all, but Michelle G. Bendy Stitchy is hosting a Ink Circles Round Robin, where I am paired up with 3 other individuals, and we each have a different ink circles pattern that we want stitched, but instead of stitching all 4 quadrants, we are choosing to stitch one quadrant and then pass it around and let someone else stitch the other 3. So basically the way it's designed is you take your original chart, make a working copy, divide it into 4s, and mine isn't a traditional, like, it's symmetrical, but it's not symmetrical in the sense that it's reflective. Mine just happens to have the same 4 motifs, that rotate around. So anyway, so this is mine. This is kind of a nice piece because there's not really I'm sure if I looked, there's probably a color suggested for this, but because it's basically a monochromatic piece, you could stitch it however you want. And I am in my group is called the Green Squadron, because basically we all told Michelle we don't care. We don't care how it's stitched. We don't care if rules are followed. We're just passing it along and we're going to see what happens. So I think I am going to tell my folks to do what they want. I'll show you. I am doing basically this upper upper left corner. And I chose a variegated thread. So that's what my thread looks like. And I kind of fussy cut it, just to make the threads my length that I enjoy, about, 19 or 20 inches long, but also, so that way I could kind of control my color usage, because I just wanted to make sure I got really good, kind of a rainbow effect. But my intention is, when I send this on, I'm going to send the extra floss I've got, which happens to be, it's called Beach Ball. So that's all the rest. I had like 3 more skeins of it. But honestly, I'm going to tell them, the thread's there, use it, feel free to use it. But if you want to do something different, if you want to stitch it all in one color that kind of matches, if you want to stitch it all in a black or a white or a toile, or if you want to take the strands and split them and blend them, I really don't care. So I'm going to let my people do whatever they want. As long as there's 4 sections of this pattern finished, I'm good. The only kind of boo-boo I made is I was very careful about ending here on this, the bottom, but this is the side, and I kind of stitched a little bit. I think my brain needed to finish that motif, couldn't leave like two straight or 2 rows or columns or whatever undone. So I hope the next person understands, if they choose that next corner, that they understand that I stitched a little bit for them. But other than that, anything goes. So it's really hard to tell kind of what you're looking at, but essentially that's of course the balloon. But see, here's most of the train here. It's kind of tricky. This is, I'm trying to find it on the picture because it's so hard to see. But this is the little, I want to say like monorail or something, but I don't think that's right. I think it's like I don't know what it is. But then here's the ship. Here's the ship right here. So I've got a good chunk of it done, but I've still got a lot more to go. I mean, I've got to get all the way up to the helicopter. But the other part of it was I wanted to get all the way to the edge. This is a Fortnite fabric ornament cut. It's 18 count. So I knew the measurements would fit, but I just wanted to make sure, because I did a center start, that there was going to be plenty of room, that, so the other thing I would like to do, is work my way up again, just to make sure. I'm sure it's going to stop probably about right here. And I don't need, for whatever I decide to do, I'll probably frame this. I don't need a lot of room for, edges or finishing or whatever. So I'm okay with that. So anyway, I'm kind of keeping track of that. Like I said, we have till we're passing this along every quarter. So as long as we get it done by the end of March, the next one, the end of June, so on and so on, we're good. So I am moving quite along on that. And then, I thought I'd show you a couple other things that I worked on over the weekend. Hold on. So this is my progress on the Natural World Sal that I mentioned before, and showing you my planner. Got the ladybugs done, except for the back stitching for like the antenna and feet. Got all of these borders done, except I've got a few more stitches down here. This is the like river with the mountains. I've got to finish, this is a B, and then the letter B. And there's a little bit of back stitching on these too, I think, also. And then there's the peahen, and then the monstera leaf, and I'll be done. I think I'm like 2/3 of the way through this, so this is going pretty well. And I was pretty impressed. I was kind of concerned about the half stitches using this pearl cotton, but they turned out okay. And I think once I get the back stitching in, it's actually going to look quite nice. So I am pleasantly happy with that. And then I also mentioned in my previous recording that I was getting my forest owls worked on, and I started to color complete, and mentioned that some of my spacing was off, and sure enough, this whole border I've got to take back out because my spacing is off on the border, and that matters because all of this connects. So I realized, like, on this little motif here, I had stitched just the motif incorrectly, like down and away one stitch. But then when I realized what I'd done and I fixed it here, then I realized my stitches were off here. So this whole row and then all these little stitches have to come out. But it's okay. Moving right along. And again, I think I'm like 2/3 of the way done with this now too. And this isn't just a whole lot. I think when I frogged this out of Pattern Keeper, it was like 80 something stitches. It'll go pretty quick. So I'm really moving along quite a bit. And I think there is, I've got to finish this tree and maybe this tree, these two up here in the corner. And I think there's a little motif right here. And then I will be done with the center. So basically it's just mostly just the border left. So that's it. These two probably won't get worked on till this weekend. Actually, that's not true. The natural cell, if I feel like picking it up here in a few minutes, I might put in a couple of threads just to kind of stay ahead of the game. She will release the next section February 1st, and I'm on pace to probably have this done by this weekend if I keep up with it, but if not, definitely by like middle of next week, which that'll give me about a week of kind of some extra stitching days that I can put somewhere else. So, and then this hopefully will be done this weekend. This past weekend was Whip Go weekend, so I tried to get as much of this done as I could. And then my only other Whip Go goal besides finishing this is my Quirky Quaker, which won't take more than like a day. So I think if I can get this done this weekend, then I'll have next weekend before the month is up to do a quick Quirky Quaker. So that will be really exciting if I can keep up with those goals this month. And then finally, because this came in the mail last week and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, I thought I would show you my January Sticky Club stickers for the month. It looks like the theme is hybrid. I love this. I love this so much when there's like a theme and everything's kind of all matchy-matchy. It makes my brain happy for some reason. So very, very, very cool. So there's the little theme stickers. So we've got the big sticker here. Oh, actually, there's a couple in here. That's kind of nice. There are some flowers. Those are really pretty. That will definitely go in the journal. And that's really cute. I like that. I like that real whimsical, fantastical look. These are like really pretty, but like translucent. Those are really nice. And then this is, it looks like a little notepad, which is really cute. Oh, and it's sparkly. Yay, sparkles. Oh, this is like a, okay, I'm about to show my age here. But does anybody remember the old sticker books that you'd get? Because, okay, these pages, well, you can probably see it there. They're glossy. So they're like the old sticker books we used to get as kids. You would get like the sheets of stickers in the beginning, and then you would have like these glossy pages that kind of had like some kind of layout or background. But you could peel, stick your stickers, but then peel them off and re-stick them. And they were usually like vinyl rather than like, true adhesive stickers. They were more like cling vinyl. But that's really kind of cool. I don't know. There usually isn't much explanation. I was trying to read the thing here to see if there's any explanation as to what that is. But that is really, really nifty. I love these colors. I love these colors so dang much. And what is, just so you know, There's the artist. Sticker paper album. Yeah. Very, very, very cool. That's freaking awesome. I love that. So again, here's the artist again for this main design. I love that. Just the really like pretty wings, translucent wings. Just really magical and fantastical. Just really, really, really cool. And chocolate covered berries. Those are really cute. Very nice for like, with Valentine's Day coming up in February. That'd be really good. Ooh, and these are gorgeous. There's the artist. But these remind me of the Clay by Kim, the dragon needle minders. But those are so gorgeous. Look at that one with the rose face. Oh, those are so pretty. Oh, and I like these too. They've got some good ones this month. I like these a lot. There's the artist for that one. I like that one with the dark. This kind of reminds me of the Disney Alice in Wonderland, the singing flower garden. Those are so pretty with the mushrooms. Very cool. And then we've got some little hybrid. There's the artist for that one. That one reminds me of Alice in Wonderland too. The little butterflies, bread and butterflies, goat meal, salamander. And camelon. Oh, these are adorable. Mushroom and oyster. Oh, catalotl. That's awesome. And a snat. Oh, I need to send that or show that to Knitting Nurse Jasmine. She loves snails, but she also has cats. And a unicorn and a turtle. And the seahorse. There's a catfish. These are so cute. Oh, look at the burritoed. That's adorable. I love these so much. And the octopus. And a battery. Those are adorable. Those are great. Okay, we're never going to get to the end of this. This is going way longer than I expected. And then there's the artist for this one. And these are very pretty too. Very whimsical, magical. Those are really awesome. And then here's the final sticker page and the artist. And again, like a little hybrid. Oh, look at that frog. That toad. Those are so cool. I love them. Oh, I like that one. That one's really pretty. Really cute. Oh, look. I think that's supposed to be like a little goat and then the little bunny. That reminds me. Oh, and actually that's kind of like a bunny and a squirrel with a squirrel's tail and then like a jackalope or something almost. Those are really cool. And then that pansy. Oh, I love them. They're so great. This was a good sticker pack this month. I love just the uniqueness of the artwork. So, okay, well, I'm going to finish watching Aaron here, and it's almost 6 p.m. So I'm going to go maybe get a snack, and then, maybe stitch for like an hour, and then I will head off to bed. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now. Well, hey, y'all, it is Sunday, January the 22nd. And guess what? I finished my first Whip Go goal for the month. Yay! This is Forest Owls by Stitchy Princess, and I did a conversion. I don't think this is like a true conversion. These are just colors that I picked from Forbidden Fiber Co. I posted the list on my Instagram if you have any interest in the colors I used with cute little owls. And yes, I did get my border finished or fixed finally, so that was really good. And this is the fabric I used right here, Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And as you can see, I've still got plenty left. I was going to say, I want to say this is, usually I get like a fat quarter, maybe. So this is probably like 1/4. Like here, well, not even 1/4 really. Like here's the fold for the top half of the fabric. So you can see it didn't even take up quite 1/4, but yeah, so there's plenty. I've got plenty of fabric left to do some more stitching on it, but I absolutely loved how this turned out. And ironically enough, sort of, I had been contemplating while I was finishing up my stitches of what I wanted to do with it. And I knew I had some fabric that I thought went really well, not that one, but this one, with these colors. So, the irony comes in that my first finish of 2022 was a project bag. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. So my first fully finished object for 2023 will be another project bag. Now, last year I did like a project bag with a zipper to keep like yarn in. This time I think I'm going to do a fabric project bag for stitching. But I am going to attempt again to try to cover this, the stitching in vinyl, and then put fabric behind the stitching so the loose stitches don't get snagged. And then this is going to be my lining. This will be my outside fabric, but this is going to be my lining fabric because I don't have as much of it. I mean, I have enough, but I don't have quite as much of it in case I run into any issues or anything. Usually when I miscut something, it's usually the outside fabric, because once I have that cut correctly, then the inside fabric's just a duplicate. So yeah, and I've got plenty of that. I think I've got 2 yards of this. I don't know how or why. I mean, it's really pretty fabric, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what I was thinking. I must have ordered it online for something. And when you order online through like a fabric store or like Joann's or somewhere, usually there's like a minimum order of like 2 yards. So I think that's why I've got that much of that. So anyway, so that is my finish. And I am watching, Nikki Noodle just put up her Whip Parade. So I'm watching that. And so I'm going to do some notes on dimensions for what I think I want to do with the bag size. I've done some other project bags myself. I was trying to see if I had one, but I think they're all tucked away in my big tote over there, so I'm not going to try to pull any out. But I want to make sure every other one I've done with a zipper front, usually the either you do a zipper at the top of your bag, or you do a panel with a zipper across the front, and then your panel, on the front. So I'm trying to decide which one, if I'd rather have like just a flat tote, kind of like what Evertote does, Caroline. Like this, where it's a zipper at the top. Because I haven't really ever done that, but that is a much easier finish, or a much easier project to sew. Or as I mentioned, something like this. This is the bag we got in the coffee box. Was it the Epic size? I don't remember which one I got from help me, Bestitch Me. But see how this one has like a panel on the front, which just means the fabric I'm using is not directional, so I don't necessarily have to worry about, fussy cutting or anything like that to make sure it's directional. But it would mean making my front panel with my owls in it, and then doing the pieces like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've just, like I said, I've got to do some notes on all of that and get get my ideas down on paper for what I want to do, so that way when it comes time to cutting, maybe there will be fewer mistakes. And I did want to show you, I am done with my 3rd week of birds. We definitely had some cooling down again, but obviously my birds are similar in color. I think today's is going to go up here, and I think we got pretty chilly. I don't think we got down to freezing tonight, but it'll definitely be in the same color range. But as you can see, I am now, this is the very end. Like, I could start doing the other telephone pole on this side if I wanted to, but I did get the rest of the wire stitched. And then I've just been sporadically, as I put more beaks and feet in, as Dr. Christy, she and I were DMing the other day. She said, boy, you're getting pretty brave with those beaks and feet everywhere. And I said, yeah. I said, that's all right. You know, they're like single stitches. So like ripping those out, I did actually, I want to say one of these ones up high, maybe this one, I did actually have the beak off. But it's a single stitch. So, you know, I mean, the back, you're carrying the thread. So you've got like these long, you know, tails or whatever. So, you know, if you have to clip it, it's really not that big of a deal. You clip it, tuck in the long tail somewhere else, and then do your new little stitch and you're good to go. So, I really haven't, and I've only, out of all of these, and I'm about to jinx myself saying this out loud, but out of all of these beaks and feet, I have only had to fix one so far. So, I feel pretty good about that. But again, and the color I'm using for the beaks and feet is a DMC. So if I end up ripping out, not that I'm going to rip out a whole bunch, but if I end up messing up really badly somewhere, it's DMC. I'm not using the variegated, the overdyeds for those. So yes, we are getting towards the end of the month. So this is the 14th. This is the 21st. So this is officially week 3 is done. We've got one more week and 3 days. So just got that little bit of room right there. And like I said, I'm not, I knew I needed to get in more of the line, because where I stopped initially, I think was about right here. And I knew I was going to have more birds to stitch. And there just happened to be a day this week where I got my bird in. Like, usually I'll get up first thing in the morning, since I work from home most of the time. So I'll get up first thing in the morning and do a little bit of stitching. This is usually one of the first things I do, because I can get it out of the way. Look at last night's, final temperatures for the high and the low, and get that one in. And there were a couple of mornings where I got up a little extra early, so I had time. So basically got in the rest of that wire, because that'll, at least, even if I don't get in the telephone pole for a while, I can then, get done with January, get back down to the next wire and start on February, and I can put in that other pole whenever. And the other one, see, it's just wrapped around right here. The other one I've only done down to the March wire. So, and hey, now you can see how chaotic my back looks too. But anyway, so yeah, so that's basically, that was my only plan, was just to make sure I got the wire done, just so I could keep going with the birds. The wires pretty much are the priority right now. And then the doodads. And as a matter of fact, I think this is the January, the fireworks. The February doodad, I think, might be right here. Or right here, maybe. No, because I think a bird tail has to go right there. So maybe it's right here. But I need to look, because Dr. Christy gave us a bunch of other options. Like, or there's a pack like you could get with extra doodles or whatever. So I need to go back and look. Not that any of them are... Some of them are holiday based, and not that any particular holiday, like the fireworks is fine. But I wanted to say maybe this was like a lantern or something, and I'm don't want to use anything that's appropriating other cultures necessarily. So if I can find, if she had like a Valentine one or something, I'll probably do that. But yeah, I'll just have to see. And I'm saying all that, knowing full well that I haven't actually looked to see what it is. So, Okay, y'all, that is it for me. And I am going to put this up now. It's been 2 weeks. I'm definitely going to get this up and out and on YouTube. So I hope you all are doing well, taking care of yourself, staying warm because it's still pretty chilly in this part of the world. I know in the southern hemisphere, y'all hopefully are starting to see your summer wind down maybe. And head into fall. So that's probably really, really nice. I love that time of year for us. So take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.